Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network this Friday night. The Interleague Championship Racing, or ILCR, is back in action for race number 4 here at Chicagoland Speedway. We've been in the Camping World trucks once. That was 3 weeks ago at Talladega, and tonight they are back behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverados and the Toyota Tundras. We are going to go live now for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. When we come back, we'll have some more race action coming up your way, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be a great race here tonight. Thanks for tuning in this Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at Chicagoland Speedway, and it's going to be a great race as the Camping World trucks are back in action. Taking a look at the points, if you've been following the series, this is race number 4. Last week we were in the Gen 6 cars at Kansas. It was a tough race there as it was a slick track for these guys to race on. Taking a look at the track information for tonight on your screen, you can see here at Chicagoland Speedway, 72 degrees in the air, 0% humidity, partly cloudy, and 98 degrees. That's a pretty hot temperature down there on that pavement. Once that track gets rubbered up, these things are going to get loose, so we'll have to see how that'll play out when the race gets going and these guys starts laying down some laps on this track. Talking about a couple different things tonight. We had the Max Velocity League already in this race or series, as you could say, but they unveil officially here tonight as these guys are been in the league, as they say, but they are actually making it known, as you may have seen on the intro video, that Max Velocity is now officially being named a part of it. They were kind of umbrellaed underneath KMA, and I got Wally Tierheimer in the booth with me tonight. Going to talk a little bit about Max Velocity, who they are, and their unveiling here tonight. So, Wally, welcome to the booth. Appreciate your time. Go ahead and tell the viewers out there what they can find out about Max Velocity.
Hi, Dustin. Yeah, Max Velocity is a Camping World Truck Series league that runs we're in the midst of a full year-long season. We run every other Thursday night. It is a money-paying, at the end of the year, league. It doesn't cost anything to get in. It's broadcast on the portal every other Thursday. We run the exact track that is run that week or the week before or whenever the closest is to the date we run. It's been a lot of fun. It's like third or fourth season. I think maybe the third season. We've got a bunch of good guys running in it.
So these anyone out there and interested in joining the league, how can they contact you guys or find out more?
We have the maxvelocity.com. It's on also you can go into the league sessions at Maximum Velocity, into the league directory, PM us. There's a number of us that are running at all times throughout the week. Just go into the league directory and look us up.
All right, Wally, well, congratulations on being officially unveiled here tonight with Max Velocity. We look forward to seeing some more action out of you guys. So that takes our league total up to 4. Best of luck to you here tonight. I know you're going to be behind the wheel of that Carl's Jr. truck, So best of luck to you in the race here tonight.
All right, Dustin, thank you.
There you have it, Wally Tierheimer for the Max Velocity Racing League making their debut here tonight. Though they have already been in the racing, the ILCR, housed underneath the KMA League, they branch out, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we are up to 4 total leagues taking place in the Interleague Championship Racing Series. Drivers are out there on the grid. As we look to go down there, we'll see if we can get you a top 5 on that grid here tonight, show you where your drivers are standing. On the pole here tonight, that Bushmaster Toyota Tundra, the Virginia driver, Justin Michael, is your pole sitter here tonight, had the fast time. To the outside of him is the number 4 of Wreckham West Holland in that Jimmy John's Chevy Silverado. Number 33 back there in third position, that is the Florida driver, Brian Tribble. One of the new guys out here tonight housed under loose lug nuts in that Pennzoil Toyota Tundra. Fourth position doesn't look like he's gonna show. We see the 54 truck there. And I think Mark Jackson, the number 3, was in 4th position. Not seeing him out there on the field, but that is Travis Browder back there in 6th, the Carolina driver, in that Sirius XM Toyota Camry, or Tundra, excuse me. So he will pick up the 4th position slot, and things get jarbled around a little bit. Again, folks, this is the Interleague Championship Racing Series here this Friday night. Sponsors tonight, Richie B's Pizza. If you're in the Alabama region and you're looking for some great pizza, check out Richie B's. We've got the Wise Guys and over-the-top paints and designs. A lot of the paint schemes you're seeing here in each and every week are done by John Hedrick and the guys over at Over-the-Top Paints and Designs. So if you're an iRacing driver looking for some paint schemes, make sure to check them out on Facebook at Over-the-Top Paints and Designs. Pace car taking them through turns 3 and 4 will be set to go racing. As the pace cars into the pits, they work their way in the tri-oval, the green flag's in the air, here we go! 115 laps of Camping World Truck race action coming at you. As they cross that start-finish line, your pole sitter here tonight, the number 87 of Justin Michael, works his way into turn number 1. Not too far behind him is the 33 new guy here tonight, Brian Tribble, just 0.3 of a second off as they come out of turn number 2. West Holland, who started on the outside of that first row, has fallen back to third position, just a quarter of a second behind the 33 of Tribble. Tribble in the Pennzoil truck now making his way to the high side out of turn number 4. He's really reeling in that number 87 of Justin Michael as they come down across the start-finish line here into lap number 3. As we take a look, Browder right there behind Holland as they go through turn number 1. Browder picking up a victory at Atlanta in the Xfinity Cars second race. We'll look to try to pick up win number 2 here tonight in Chicagoland. Different vehicle, different track. We'll have to see how that'll play out. Take a look at the 33 there of Brian Tribble as he runs the higher groove through turns 3 and 4. Now looks to capitalize on that, still just about between 2 and 0.3 of a second behind the 87 of Justin Michael. Moving on back around 5th position, Brandon Schnupp. Or excuse me. Normally, I think Brandon Schnupp teammate, Vincent Jurin, whose name I've gotten mistaken many a times. The 009 is currently in the top 5 there. And you see some lap traffic ahead. The number 29 of Michael Johnson there to the high side as they push by low, working into lap number 5. Cody Lipstruer, the 97 car, back in 6th position. We got a nice little side-by-side battle with the 74 of Abe Bowden and the 19 making their way out of turn number 2. That is Donald Sadusky as they come down the back straightaway. Both, oh wow, Abe Bowden was going to try the inside of not Vincent Jurin, but Cody Lipstruer there. Cody Lipstruer in that 97 truck as they come out of turn number 4. Jason Covington, the number 10 truck, back behind him. You can see behind the 74 of Abe Bowden, working his way towards turn number 1, currently running 9th position. And Steve Dutz, that 48 truck you see there, is rounding out your top 10. The 87 of Justin Michael has now extended his lead to up over a half a second as he works his way in turn number 3 here on lap number 6. And now Brian Tribble in trouble as West Holland looks to the inside, but it looks like he may have gotten away with one as we have some incidents here in turns 3 and 4. Chris Voiles looks like he was involved on that one. We're going to go back and take a look here on the 23 truck. Maximum velocity, number 23 truck there. That is Chris Voiles, and it looks like the 71. Wow. Bobby Everhart got into the wall at Toyota Tundra. That unwind, he says, on the back left side, and he unwound right there at the entrance to turn number 4. So we're going to reel back the camera one more time and take a look from the perspective of the 71 of Everhart here. Find out exactly what happened as he was going in turn number 3. Looks like the truck was getting a little tight. And no. Boy, this mystery just unravels even further as Everhart was turned. So we go back and take a look just one more time to see who turned the 71. So there, we're going to freeze frame in here for you folks. The 15 or 015 truck. That is Robert O'Neill, another new driver out here on the field tonight, is going to turn him. So as we take a look, let's hop on board with Mr. O'Neill. So here they are down the backstretch, heading towards turn number 3, and I think O'Neill is going to try the inside here. And just completely runs into the back of Bobby Everhart. So that's going to bring out your first caution of the night. Looks like Abe Bowden has gone to the race lead. Let's take a look at your top 5. Abe Bowden, Steve Dutz, Justin Michael, Travis Browder, and Brian Tribble are your top 5 here on lap number 9. Folks, we are going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some more race action for you. Don't go anywhere. This is the Interleague Championship Racing here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Chicagoland this Friday night. Back under the green here on lap number 11 in the 74 of Abe Bowden. Looks to be challenged by the 48 of Steve Dutz and the 87 of Justin Michael. Michael way down to the low groove is going to take over the race lead there through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Bowden has fallen back just a little bit. The 87 is on the move in that Toyota Tundra as he works his way down to the lower grooves of turn number 2. Kind of traversed it down from turn number 1. The 54 of Travis Browder in second position. Abe Bowden back there in third has a side-by-side battle with West Holland, and it looks like the 19 of Donald Sadusky is going to move up. Tribble had a little bit of contact. He's going to fall back, that 33 Pennzoil truck, as we see a nice little pack battle here heading into turn number 1. The 74 Skittles truck of Abe Bowden is trying to hold off that Jimmy John's number 4 of West Holland. And a little bit of contact with Steve Dutz. Dutz is going to lose out. He's going to fall back to 6th position behind Donald Sadusky. And wow, Vincent Jurin had to work the inside groove there to avoid the 48. And now Bowden is trying to get back around the number 4 of West Holland as Holland comes across that start-finish line into turn number 1, currently sitting in 3rd position. And the 19 of Donald Sadusky now looks to the inside of the 74 of Abe Bowden as they come down the back straightaway, setting himself up for that inside pass as they go in turn number 3. And the 19 now of Sadusky picks up 4th position here on lap 14. Steve Dutz was up there in the top 5 during the restart. now finds himself looking outside the top 5 and 6 position, just in front of the 009 of Vincent Jurin. Jurin ahead of the number 10 of Jason Covington. And this guy right here, Brian Treble, new guy on the block here tonight, running under the loose lug nuts banner. This Florida driver, as you can see, started 3rd, currently running in 9th position, has a fast truck. I'd keep an eye on this Pennzoil truck to see what he's going to do in the later half of tonight's race. Back up front. Oh, and I'm losing my voice. After a nice sip of water, we're back at it. The 87 of Justin Michael up front, running into turn number 3, is about 6/7 of a second ahead of the 54 of Travis Browder. Browder out of turn number 4 is going to look to possibly use some apron. He'll get it close, but not actually take it this time around. Has a 4/10 second gap between him and the number 4 of West Holland. Looks like the top 5 drivers are pretty much fanned out in a single file line. The next pack battle and side-by-side race action comes here in 6th position with the 48 of Steve Dutz and the 009 of Vincent Jurin. Covington to the high side, Tribble down low as they go into turn number 3. The number 10 of Jason Covington is going to push just a little bit. That allows the 33 of Tribble to make a move for 8th position, and now trying to get around. Here comes the number 10 of Jason Covington to the high side of Brian Tribble before turn number 1. As they work their way through that first turn, Covington nowhere to go, checks up behind Jurin. Jurin has fallen back just a little bit, and it looks like Tribble oversteered coming out of turn number 2, and he goes down to the low side of the backstretch. That allowed that 77 of Jack Watts to come by, and now the 211 of Tristan Beats. What a rough night here for this gentleman right here, the number 33 of Brian Tribble in that Pennzoil truck. As they work their way through the second turn, Tribble may have just settled up for now. It's only lap number 19 out of the total 115 laps tonight, so he's got plenty of time to worry about getting back to the front. This guy up here, take a look at that, Justin Michael. We're going to go on board with him and show you the line that he's running here and how hard he's got to work this truck. Again, folks, 98 degrees was the temperature on the pavement at the time of the start of the race. So you can only imagine as the rubber gets laid down, these lines start to form out and they get slicker and slicker. So let's compare that to Brian Tribble back there in 10th position. Tribble able to get back around the 211 of Tristan Beats and get in the top 10. Browder and Holland battling now for second position, and Holland has the advantage going in turn number 1. The lower groove looks like it's going to get the momentum coming out, and no, the 54 of Browder able to edge out the 4 of West Holland coming out of turn number 2, and look at this. He may have enough to edge him to get down in turn number 3. That middle groove really working well. Oh, and West Holland lives up to his name. Wreckham West just claimed another victim. It was the 54 of Travis Browder. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. So as we take you down closer, you see how good of a side-by-side battle it was going into turn number 3. Chevy Silverado battling against the Toyota Tundra through turns 3 and 4. Browder to the high side, Holland to the low side, and Holland just climbs the track and turns that 54. Boy, did Donald Sadusky have to dive it down to avoid contact as well. As freaky fast as that Jimmy John's truck is, he climbed up that track pretty quick. Let's go back. one more time and show you an onboard cam. Now keep in mind, to the outside is Travis Browder, and there he is right there to the right side of your screen. And it's just a battle for a line in the 4 of West Holland turns the 54 of Travis Browder. So everybody back down pit road. That's going to leave this guy here, the 29 of Michael Johnson, out front. So caution number 2 comes out for tonight's race. Summary statistics in your bottom left: 23 completed, 2 lead changes, 2 total cautions. We're going to move to a commercial break. When we come back, more Camping World race action for you. This is the Interleague Championship Racing Series here on the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Chicagoland here on lap 26. We're going to be getting the green flag on lap 27, the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Up to the race lead as the 87, your pole sitter here tonight, Justin Michael to the high side. The 74 of Abe Bowden and the number 4 of Wreckham West Holland, who consequently brought out the second caution flag of the night, will be starting in 4th. Pace car into the pits as they make their way down to the tri-oval. The flag man ready to give the signal. There's the green flag. We are back to the race here on lap number 27. they cross that start-finish line, the side-by-side battle between the 74 of Abe Bowden and the 87 of Justin Michael continues in turn number 1. Michael with the lower groove, Bowden to the high side, and the 87 is going to get around him. Coming out of turn number 2, Vincent Jurin and Steve Dutz battling hard, as now the number 4 of Wreckham West Holland makes his way towards turn number 3 to the high side of Steve Dutz. Michael looking to track down the 19 of Donald Sadusky as he comes out of turn number 4. Here comes Justin Michael. It's the reason why he's the pole sitter here tonight. He has got a fast truck as he takes it down into turn number 1. Vincent Jurin with a nice move, the 009 truck, kind of running that American flag paint scheme. Takes over third out of turn number 2, and now West Holland looking to the inside of Abe Bowden has to play the patience game. Can't make aggressive moves. This is not short track racing, so he just has to wait for his opportunity. And wow, did Steve Dutz come down right in front of the number 10 of Jason Covington. As they come across the start-finish line, West Holland now seizes his opportunity to get around the 74 of Abe Bowden to pick up 4th position for the number 4. Abe Bowden in that Skittles truck looks to the inside of Holland, will not be able to do anything in turn number 3. The 48 of Steve Dutz back there in 6th position, looking for something as they come down the front stretch. Justin Michael now closing in on the bumper of the 19 of Donald Sadusky. As they come out in turn number 2, the 87 to the inside of Sadusky. Here's for the race lead. Another lead change coming at you. Diving it down in turn number 3 as this 19 pushes high. Justin Michael takes back the race lead here on lap number 31. Vincent Jurin currently solid in 3rd position as he started 7th. The Illinois driver, you can call this his home track. About 172 through turn number 2 as he comes down the back straightaway, cranking it up past 180. Has a fast lap time here tonight, 31.08 at the bottom of your screen. Last lap was a 31.29, has fallen just a little bit off. West Holland here started 2nd, currently sitting in 4th. The West USA driver. Fast lap time, 31.1. His last lap time, 31.32. Abe Bowden now falls back to 5th position, and an approaching 48 of Steve Dutz may look for a pass here in turns 3 and 4 if he's able to get underneath the 74 of Bowden as they come through turn number 4 to the low side. Here comes Steve Dutz, the battle for the top 5th position, and now the 48 of Steve Dutz. Oh, he had some momentum, but here comes the 74 of Bowden rallying back. Boy, he does not want to give it away quick. Out of turn number 2, Bowden has just found some new life, and he stays in 5th position in front of the 48 of Steve Dutz. Back behind Dutz in that 58 car, 58 car. That is Jason Hughes, a.k.a. Mr. Smoke, as they call him. Running that nice-looking paint scheme. The defender of Vape Nation, as they would say. Big advocate for vapes. Jason Covington back behind him in 8th position. Oh, and wow, Tribble still having some oversteer problems coming out of turn number 2. That 33 Pennzoil truck in 9th position. He was about, before the last caution flag was out, he was in 10th. Come hard back from 11th. And now trying to get back up to that top 5. As you can see, the information on the bottom of your screen, he started 3rd, so he's got a quick truck. He's just having these oversteer issues coming out of turn number 2. Let's take a look as he makes his way through the 2nd turn. Looked like he was able to get through that one without any wiggling or any issues. Loss of grip. West Holland having some issues as he comes by the outside or inside of Tribble. Holland slowed way up, falls back from 4th position to 10th, and boy, here comes Wally Tierheimer in a hurry, currently running in your top 10. Look at that nice pack battle. Jack Watts back behind him. And it looks like the 317 of Alan Matting involved in this one. Nearly some three-wide action, so it looks like it's going to be a little bit of contact there with the 317 to the 23 of Chris Voiles. Voiles' second caution of the night where he's involved. As you can see, he's running that American truck, I should say, the Chevrolet Silverado. Alan Matting going to go for a ride. Had a lot of damage on the front and rear of that car, or truck. Wow. If I can only get my words right here tonight. Let's go back one more time and take a look on board with Mr. Matting here. See, he just got turned by Chris Voiles. And nowhere to go but around and around for that 317 of Alan Matting. .38 completed, folks. 4 lead changes, 3 total cautions here tonight. Still plenty of race to come your way. 39 laps into it. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back.
Some noise. Gentlemen, start your engines.
AMSLeague.com is the premier iRacing league for action-packed racing from green to checkered. Prepare yourself to start every week right with the AMSLeague.com Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series, Tuesday nights at 9:20 Eastern Time, right here exclusively on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. You will not find a better connected oval league and community in the iRacing service. AMSLeague.com provides the highest level of competitive racing while holding true to our Have Fun First motto. Prepare yourself for the best Tuesday night oval racing on Sim Racing Earth at AMSLeague.com. Also, check out our Monday Night Truck Series and Wednesday IndyCar Series. And remember, you can watch all of our Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series races live, right here on the Digital Forge Racing Network. AMSLeague.com. A premier iRacing league with a great group of drivers.
Lights are off the pace car. We're going to be set to go green on lap number 42. Thanks for tuning in this Friday night, folks. I'm Dustin Caldwell, bringing the play-by-play action for the Interleague Championship Racing Series here tonight. 4 different leagues, Loose Lug Nuts, KMA, TWC VM, and Maxed Velocity all on the field tonight. That's right, 4 different leagues over the course of this 15-race series. They've seen the Camping World Trucks at Talladega. They were in the Xfinity cars at Atlanta, the Gen 6 at Kansas, and now we are here tonight at Chicagoland in the Camping World Trucks yet again. Pace car into the pits.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flags back in the air. Here we go.
Caution is out.
So just as quick as we got back to the green, we are back under yellow. Just barely getting back to the start-finish line before the fourth caution flag gets flown of the night. And the 91 of Joel Guy looks to be involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look. Looks like Joel Guy was not the cause of it. As we try to bring it back about a little bit here, see if we can get another angle as to who may have caused it. Slow up our camera for you. So this is actually at the restart. I can tell you, folks, that the 91 of Joel Guy has a lot of heavy damage, but he'll get a fast repair and be back out on the track. A little bit of issues there with our replay camera. Do apologize on that. Here is your race leader, the 87 of Justin Michael. Taking a look at the points, Travis Browder, who I'm not seeing up there in the top 5. Browder may have not had a good night tonight so far. Only one truck retired so far, and that's the 003 of Jason Green. But your top 5 in points, Browder has a 5-point lead over the 74 of Abe Bowden. Bowden currently second. Cody Lipstrower, Jason Covington, Jason Hughes, Craig Covington, that's Jason Covington's father, currently in 6th, tied with Bad Bob Wells. Vincent Jurin in 8th position in points, Alan Madding 9th, and Ryan Kuhn rounding out your top 10. Big mover of the points last week would have to go to the 31 of Brandon Schnupp, currently sitting in 12th position, moved up 17 total positions in points. Hard-fought battle there for that guy. He's been working his way through. Last week at Kansas, he finished second, so you could tell that finishing that well, definitely going to move through the points pretty quick. Last week's winner, Ryan Kuhn, does not appear that he has made a showing here tonight. As we talked to him last week, he's pursuing his Legends racing career, so he's actually racing tonight in his Legend car, so we wish him the best of luck. Tonight's sponsors, Richie B's Pizza. If you happen to be in the Dothan, Alabama region and you want some great New York style pizza, make sure to check out Richie B's Pizza. I've heard some great things. I'm planning a trip down there one day. Have to take advantage of that. Some excellent pizza there. Again, that's Richie B's Pizza. You can find him on Facebook. If you happen to be traveling to that area or happen to live around that area, give that guy a check out. I always hear great reviews about his New York style pizza. Over the Top Paints and Designs and the Wise Guys are the other two sponsors for tonight. Again, the paint schemes you see out there, majority of them have been done by Over the Top Paints and Designs. John Hedrick and the boys out there on Facebook. Just check out Over the Top Paints and Designs. As the pace car comes down the front stretch, lights should be coming off soon. As they cross the start-finish line into lap number 47, the lights have come off. See the number 6 of Chris Haig making his way off of pit road. It's going to be the 87 of Justin Michael, the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Vincent Jurin in the 009 and the 74 of Abe Bowden will be your front four when we go back green on lap number 48. Pace car into the pits. Here they come to the tri-oval.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flags back in the air. Lap number 48 coming at And the 19 of Donald Sadusky takes the race lead. As the 87 of Justin Michael was our pace setter coming back to green. And boy, did that 19 truck really battle hard for that race lead. And he was able to do it on the inside pass down towards the tri-oval. Vincent Jurin back there in third position. Oh, Abe Bowden pushed really high coming out of turn number 4. And take a look who's back to the top 5, folks. That 33 truck of Brian Tribble, the new guy here, the Florida driver. Started third. He's been as far as back as 11th position. And now he's found his way back into the top 5 here on lap number 50. 48 is Steve Dutz trying to hold off that 97 of Cody Lipscher as they come out of turn number 4. Boy, did Dutz get a lot of momentum in the third and fourth turns, and now he's catching some rear draft off of Tribble into turn number 1. Bowden's going to push high. Tribble's going to go down low. Steve Dutz comes to the high side of Tribble. Tribble trying to get some side draft off of Bowden coming out of turn number 2. Will not have it. Just staying in the right position to hold off Dutz. Dutz is going to come down low. Is he going to thread the needle? Wow, Steve Dutz is going to block out Tribble to the high side. And it's a nice little battle here going on for 4th position as Tribble and Dutz side by side for 5th. Dutz is going to get around Tribble. Has not cleared him just yet as they come down the backstretch. Cody Lipscher coming into the mix now. Tribble being hung out to dry as it's a three truck line ahead of him, and wow, he's going to fall out real quick. Dutz goes around. Lipscher now working his way around out of turn number 4. Will take up 6th position as Tribble falls back to 7th right in front of Jason Hughes. Justin Michael to the race lead now out of turn number 2 into the back straightaway. Got around the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Vincent Jurin still back in 3rd position now here on lap 53. Still a good battle here for 5th position as Lipscher is able to get around Tribble. Steve Dutz to the inside of Bowden, going to battle for that 4th position slot as they go through turns 1 and 2. Browder now side by side with Hughes to the right side of your screen. Bowden still holding on to 4th position as they go into turn number 3. Lipscher to the high side of Dutz. Oh, and Bowden really flirting with that high line, opening up the doorway to the inside. Here comes the 48 of Steve Dutz to take over 4th position. Has the 97 of Lipscher right there behind him into turn number 1. 74 back. It's like a bungee cord action, folks. And wow, did that 97 of Lipscher get loose coming out of turn number 2. Tribble out of nowhere back battling Steve Dutz for that 6th position, or 5th position slot, I should say. And now Tribble trying the extreme high side around Bowden. Will he have enough to clear him, or he's just going to bump draft him? Here, coming across the start finish line, gets him tight just a little bit. Tribble to the inside. We have some 3 wide near action into turn number 1. Tribble. Appears we had a little bit of connection issues with that, but hopefully our stream is back up and running. Not sure exactly what happened there. But as we're following the race here on lap number 57, Brian Tribble to the inside of Abe Bowden, Travis Browder. A little bit of contact against Bowden, falls back, but here he comes returning to the bumper of the 74. Out of turn number 4 into the front stretch they go. Steve Dutz down to the lower side. Lipscher behind Browder. Browder behind Bowden. Side-by-side battle continues. As 4th position still holding on between Tribble and Bowden. Tribble just out in front of Bowden out of turn number 2. Here they come down the back straightaway, side by side. And it seems like the grooves have different advantages on the track, and that's what's keeping them side by side, folks. As Tribble now edges out Bowden, Steve Dutz to the extreme inside. Tribble's going to come up. Here comes Steve Dutz. Cody Lipscher is going to make his way down to the inside of Bowden. Lipscher, wow, we have some more action, a little bit of possible contact. Robert O'Neill to the high side of Cody Lipscher. Some 3 wide action going into turn number 3. Boy, Travis Browder really trying to thread the needle. Some good, clean racing here, folks, around the top 5. And wow. Looked like some possible incidents here with the number 5 of John Hedrick. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. And it looks like the 5 of Hedrick's going to hit the apron. .45 of Joseph Hodge involved as well. So reel back the replay cam. We'll go on board here with the 5 of Hedrick. Another guy calling this track his home track tonight. Through turn number 2, you can see he's going to tag that apron enough to get him around. Hodge making a little bit of contact there. And that's going to bring out the next caution flag of the night. So in the back straightaway they go. Michael Johnson finds himself up to the race lead again for pitting here as he makes his way around. 60 laps completed now. 8 lead changes, 5 total cautions on the night. Still plenty of race to come, folks. Getting to that halfway, a little bit past that halfway point, approaching the 50 lap to go mark. Going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back. Lights off the pace car as they head into turn number 3. It's going to be Justin Michael and Donald Sadusky again battling for that race lead. Michael will set the pace. Let's see what Sadusky does when that green flag flies. This is the Interleague Championship Racing Series this Friday night. Appreciate you tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Pace car into the pits. Here they go.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're back to the race on lap number 64. Like this time Sadusky does not have enough for the 87 of Michael as Justin Michael in that 87 truck pushes his way to the low side of turns 1 and 2, just about 0.4 of a second ahead of the 009 of Vincent Jurin. Jurin now has the approaching 19 of Sadusky to the inside as they go down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Sadusky's going to run that lower groove and look to be out in second position out of turn number 4. Brian Tribble back there in fourth position behind Vincent Jurin as the Pennzoil truck makes its way across the front stretch into turn number 1. Still a good battle here for second position as Sadusky's edging out Vincent Jurin. Jurin in the 009 flag truck to the high side. Deadlocked, he's gaining some momentum back here into turn number 3. What will happen is he runs that middle groove of turn number 3. And Sadusky's able to get out to second position. Boy, did he wipe the nose clean of the 009 of Vincent Jurin. Tribble solidly back there in fourth position. Abe Bowden trying to hold off Travis Browder. Bowden currently in the top 5. Browder sixth position looking in, and Steve Dukes making some contact down that back straightaway.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And when it rains, it pours. Caution's breeding. Caution's here tonight, folks. Mark Jackson in that Dale Earnhardt style paint scheme on his truck in that Chevrolet Silverado. Let's go back and take a look and see exactly what happened with the number 3. Keep in mind, Mark Jackson was supposed to start 4th here tonight. He missed the start. Just been having some issues running 20th position. So it looks like it's going to be a net code bump or some grip issues when he got in front of Wally Tierheimer, and that's going to send the 3 truck spinning out. And he'll tag the inside wall, no safer barrier there, so damage will be more severe than if a safer barrier had been there. Gets in front of Wally Tierheimer. Just going to see a little bit of bump action there. It's going to send the number 3 around. There's a little bit of contact with that inside wall. So as the pit stops continue, Brian Tribble finds himself up front in that Chevy Silverado. Gonna see what happens here. Probably bring him in for a driver interview. As we go on board with the 33 Pennzoil truck of Brian Tribble. Brian, making your debut here tonight. Tell us how the truck is handling.
Hey, that's me. I'm the 33 truck. How cool is that? Yeah, it's running fine. I'm going to do I stayed out this time to see if I can stay ahead of some of that madness.
As we're on board following the pace car there. You started third here tonight. At one point you were back as deep as 11th position and rallying your way back, especially with the help of some of these caution flags. What's your expectations for the rest of the night?
Well, I imagine we'll have a couple more cautions, and hopefully when I stop for 4, the guys in front of me also stop for 4, and not just 2.
All right. You think you got what it takes to have a top 5 finish? Really screaming your debut here tonight.
Heck yeah, top 5, no problem. This should be easy.
All right. Very confident driver there, folks. Is there any shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go there, Brian?
Yeah, my wife, Mary Jo, she's falling asleep on the couch watching your live telecast.
Oh, well, I hope my voice isn't that boring for her. Jeez.
Nah, it's not worth it. Thanks for interviewing me.
Not a problem, Brian. Best of luck to you in the laps to come, bud. There you have it, folks. A 33 of Brian Tribble currently running in first position. As we take a look on board, another loose lug nuts guy up there in the 1-2 spot. That is Jason Hughes. Gonna bring this guy up into the booth. Never have an opportunity to interview this guy quite often, but since he's up here in second position, what the heck? Jason Hughes, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. As the lights come off that pace car, you're going to be outside to one of your teammates, Brian Tribble there, a loose lug nuts guy. Tell us how your truck's handling here tonight.
Oh, the truck's pretty great. I've been running top 10. We just hit it on that previous one, so I thought, what the heck, man? Track position seems to be key right now, so we'll see how this plays out.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in the laps to come. Any shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Always loose lug nuts and over the top paint shop for these pretty paint jobs that we put on, and everything that the Interleague Championship does for us, man. I sure do appreciate.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, Jason, in the laps to come.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it, folks. 2 driver interviews for you on board with the 1-2 slots, both loose lug nuts guys. Jason Hughes and Brian Tribble. Hopefully I'll have to be more entertaining on my voice so Brian Tribble's wife watching does not fall asleep. Got to keep it entertaining for her as the trucks now make their way into turn number 4. Pace car will be set to go into the pits. It'll be 44 laps remaining in tonight's race when that green flag drops. Pace car out of turn number 4 into the pits. Tribble, Hughes, loose lug nuts up front. Here we go.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. Back to the race.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And a lot of trucks involved on this one. Gonna pick on Chris Foyles here. Go back and reel up the replay. Right there. Contact with Chris Foyles, into the side of the 89 truck. That's Tim Campbell of TWC VM. Little max velocity on TWC VM action there. And you're going to see, wow, Bobby Everhart's going to get loose. And just a hoopla of wrecking here in turn number 4. Wow, did Bobby Everhart go side over side? Little backup action. The 015 truck there of Robert O'Neill was also tossing and turning with Bobby Everhart. The 96 truck of Craig Covington involved. You can see a lot of trucks. Lipster has got it in reverse, backing his way down towards the pits. Can almost think of Days of Thunder at that point in time where he said he didn't have no gears but reverse. We take a look at some of the other drivers. 29 of Michael Johnson involved. Looks like the number 6 of Chris Haig involved as well in that, up there in the grass at the top part of your screen. Seeing the number 2 truck make his way by. That is Travis. I'll try to take a stab at this last name. Gellin. Travis Gellin. Gellin or Gellin, however you want to pronounce it. Virginia driver. Caught up in that mess. With 41 to go now as they cross the start-finish line. Tribble still back to the race lead. It's an aggressive move by West Holland to hold off the 19 of Donald Sadusky to allow another loose lug nuts guy to stay out to the race lead. Again, appreciate you tuning in this Friday night to catch the Interleague Championship Racing. If you like what you see here, we got more things coming up. As I was saying, we have more things coming up in our lineup. You can always find our schedule out on our website at forgebroadcasting.com. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/digitalforgebroadcasting. And I believe on Twitter, DFBN Network, or DFB Network. Lights off the pace car as they come out of turn number 2. It'll be 39 laps when the green flag flies. Tribble and Holland, both loose lug nuts guys, now up to the front. You have Donald Sadusky, KMA guy. Jason Hughes, loose lug nuts guy in your front 4. Out of turn number 4. And now into the pits. Here we go. Tribble, Holland up front.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies. We got 39 laps to go. With me here tonight, Donald Sadusky to the inside of Brian Tribble on that last lap to take over the race lead with 38 to go. Now starts to pull away from the 33. He's got a 0.2 of a second lead. Wes Holland back there in third, equal distance behind Tribble, as Tribble is to Sadusky before they head into turn number 3. Your pole sitter here tonight, the 87 of Justin Michael, on the move back behind Reckham West Holland as he is sitting in 4th position. Looking to make a pass around that Jimmy John's truck. He's looking to the high side of Holland. Whoa, did he have to check up? Could have almost made some contact there. Holland, a little oversteer coming out of turn number 2. We've seen that happen with a lot of drivers here tonight. And Michael once again looking for a high side pass, maybe setting up for the inside. He's going to go to the inside out of turn 4 as Holland goes up towards the wall. Holland comes back down. Has to stay
caution
up.
is out. Caution is out.
He'll keep third position away from Justin Michael as the caution flag comes out again. Jason Covington moving awful slow down there on the front stretch. Let's go back and take a look at the replay on the number 10. Right there it is, the contact. Looks like with Vincent Jurin, and wow, does that 10 truck ride for a decent time on his side. Take you back on board to see how this panned out here for the 10. Here Covington to the inside of Abe Bowden as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be turned. Take a look at that. Wow, does he ride on the left side for a while there, but he comes back to all fours. Like, not even skipping a beat. He just throws it right back in gear and goes on. With 34 to go, we are still pacing here. 81 laps completed, 12 lead changes, 8 total cautions here tonight. A lot of pit action going on down pit road. Driver here tonight, we had a chance to talk with him in the booth. Voice for Max Velocity as he makes his way into the back straightaway, the California driver Wally Tierheimer. Proud mom watching, has been watching out there since the series started. Always appreciate your viewership there, Ms. Martha Tierheimer. Proud mom watching her son race it out here at Chicagoland tonight, currently sitting in 14th position. Don't hold this guy out. He's able to find his way into the top 10 week after week. Race leader Cody Lipster making his way down pit road. That'll pass the torch to the 18 of Ralph Wheeler. TWC VM guy there. You see the logo on the left side of the screen. Let's see if we can get a driver interview with Mr. Wheeler here. Ralph Wheeler, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there? Looking for that number 18 of Ralph Wheeler. You there?
Hey, I got a copy. How are you?
Doing pretty good. You find yourself up towards the front here tonight. How's the truck been handling?
It's been fun. It's been a lot, really good on the outside. It's tough going down there on the bottom on these restarts, especially.
How was your expectations once things got under the way? We've had about 8 cautions here tonight. What's your expectations, I guess, going forward in the remainder of the race here?
I noticed the Ford truck was real fast. I'm sure he's be here at the end, and just go hard and run the high line, high, wide, and handsome.
All right. Is there any shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks to Tim and all the administrators. I appreciate it. Loose Lug Nuts and everybody.
All right, Ralph. Well, best of luck to you in the laps to come, bud.
Thank you, man. Do my best.
There you have it, folks. The 18 of Ralph Wheeler currently up front. Donald Sadusky. See if we can get a quick interview here with this guy. And we're not going to be able to get one in time, so we'll have to try. Pending any future cautions, we'll have to at least get a KMA guy in there or two. Lights are off that pace car. Ralph Wheeler, Donald Sadusky up front. Brian Tribble and Justin Michael, your front four. Pace car into the pits. Here they go.
Green flag, green
31
flag.
to go as the green flag Take a look at that as the 18 of Ralph Wheeler currently sitting in third position. Battle up front between the 19 of Donald Sadusky and the 87 of Justin Michael as they come down the back straightaway towards turn number 3. Justin Michael's going to look for the inside pass on Sadusky. These guys have been battling hard all night. Here they come down the front stretch. It's going to be a battle between these two guys here. 29 laps now remain. And Michael still approaches towards the bumper of Sadusky. Into turn number 3, Donald Sadusky, wise enough to close the inside doors. He knows that 87 can go around him easily if he leaves that open. A little wall contact with Donald Sadusky out of turn number 4. Justin Michael still about a tenth of a second behind him as they work their way in turns 1 and 2. And he's setting up for that inside pass. Going to try to get a quarter panel or half a truck length into turn number 3. There goes the 87 of Justin Michael deep into turn number 3, hugging that white line around. He'll fan it back out of turn number 4, and he takes over the race lead with 27 laps to go. Good battle here for third as Ralph Wheeler has Brian Tribble behind him. Wheeler a little tight and some contact. Oh, possibly Tribble like a ping pong ball through there. Bounces off of the 18 of Wheeler and made contact with the 4 of Holland. Browder to the high side of Holland now as Steve Dutz in the 48 truck looks to the inside of Ralph Wheeler. These guys are battling hard down the front stretch. Wheeler currently holding on to 4th position as Dutz looks to the inside on turn 1. 18 of Wheeler's going to push high. Here comes Browder behind him in the 54 truck. Dutz with some side contact. Oh, wow. That's going to shuffle things up a bit. The 4 of West Holland now moves up to 4th position. There's a truck we haven't seen up around the top 10 all night. Donald Stewart in the 011. Back there with just behind Travis Browder to the inside of Ralph Wheeler now.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And a big mess down the front stretch. 211 of Tristan Beats looks involved. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. Following that 211 truck, Bobby Everhart right behind him. Slow the camera down here as we get out of turn number 4. There's Abe Bowden, and wow, the ARCA brakes applied right to Abe Bowden from Tristan Beats, the 68. Looked like he is going to be involved. So he saw Abe Bowden already spinning out by the time Tristan Beats got there. Let's go back and follow the 74. Jason Hughes to the inside. And that's what's going to happen right there. The 58 of Jason Hughes is going to get the 74 of Abe Bowden loose through turn number 4. Tierheimer and Schnupp are going to go by. Here comes that 68 truck. Wow, did he climb that track in a hurry. So Kerry Cleaver, a max velocity guy, climbs right up into the side of the Skittles Tundra of Abe Bowden. One more time, we're going to take you on board here with the 74. See how good of a battle it was. Up in front of him around 5th position. It was a heavy battle. Hughes is now into the inside of Bowden here in turn 4, and that's where he's going to get turned. Tristan Beats with a little ARCA brake slam to the side of the 74 of Bowden. And since he's already near pit road, might as well make his way on over to his pit stall. So 22 laps remain. We're back under the yellow. Let's take a look at the race statistics there. 93 laps completed here tonight. 17 lead changes, 9 total cautions. Been a tough night here in this hot track at Chicagoland. See if we can pull in the 71 of Bobby Everhart. Get a driver interview with this KMA driver. Bobby Everhart, this is Dustin Caldwell. You there?
Yes, I'm here, Dustin.
Well, you find yourself up to the front of the field, been involved in a couple of cautions here tonight. How's the truck handling?
Well, it's handling good. Them long runs, it gets a little bit on the slick side.
Any particular points of the track that you were worrying about?
All the way around, all the way around.
All right, well, is there any shout-out you'd like to give while we got you on the line?
Well, I just want to thank KMA let me run in the ICL League, let me run with it and everything, and I'm kind of having a good time.
Well, that's good. If you can't have fun, it's not worth doing, right?
There you go. You got that one right.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Bobby, in the remainder of laps here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to hop back to 4th position. I was going to get an interview with this guy earlier. Didn't have the opportunity. They call this guy the Carrot for some reason. Don't know why he got that nickname, but Donald Sandusky, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there?
Yes, sir, Dustin. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Well, the lights are off the pace car. We're going to have to make this kind of brief. Wanted to get an interview with you last time, but how's the truck handling tonight? Your 19 truck seems to be screaming around this track.
Yeah, it's actually holding up pretty good. The only problem, Justin, in practice, we were running neck to neck. He's the one I'm pretty much worried about. But other than that, this Ryan Sandusky Chevrolet is running pretty good.
Any last shout-outs before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody, KMA, everybody putting all this all together, and and the fans that are watching, you know what I mean?
All right, well, best of luck to you with the laps remaining here tonight, Donald.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. We had to cut him short. He's about to go back green. Again, this is the Interleague Championship Racing Series. Pace car into the pits.
Green
Everhart
flag, green
Manning
flag.
up front. Green flag in the air. 20 laps to go. Shove between Manning and Everhart. Wow. And there is...
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is
I don't
out.
know how to explain that one. What is 68 to Kerry Cleaver? He just climbed that track in a hurry. Let's go back and take a look. As we take you down closer to the action to follow the 68. And it looks like he's going to get way tight. And he comes right up into the front. The 89 of Tim Campbell. Comes back down into the 3 of Mark Jackson. And wow, does he hit the side of Tim Campbell. Ralph Wheeler involved there. And Vincent Jurin, the 009, who's been up in the top 5 all night. Involved in this one as well. Tim Campbell is going to come out of this a little scathed, but looks to be okay. Go back and take a look on board of the 89. There's the Manning push. Pushed Bobby Everhart right into the wall. Here we go. Watch this. Just climbs that track. Something that broke there. Campbell makes his way off of pit road with his fast repair. Let's see if we can get a driver interview now. Go on board with the number 4 Jimmy Johns Chevrolet with Wreckham West Holland. As we go on board with that number 4 Jimmy Johns of West Holland. West, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there?
Yeah, I got you, Dustin.
Well, you find yourself up front. You've been battling hard in the top 5 all night. How is this truck handling?
Oh man, this over the top paint truck is doing well, man. I don't know if I got enough to hold these guys off behind me, but I'm gonna drive the wheels off of it.
And it looks like you're carrying a dog on board with you there, looking pretty freaky fast. Any particular guys? I mean, you have the pole sitter to your outside when we go back green. How's the battle going to be with Justin Michael?
10-4, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm going to try to hold them off and see what I can do.
All right, well, best of luck to you when we go back green there, Wes.
10-4, thanks, Dustin.
Some canine sounds out of the number 4 truck. Got Jimmy Johns on board. Everybody gets hungry. That freaky fast Chevy Silverado of West Holland. Let's see if we can get Justin Michael on board. This guy streams separately, and as we look back, this 87 truck has been looking fast all night. Pole sitter here, Justin. You've been working through this track. You got one of the faster trucks out there. Starting to the outside of West Holland when we go back green, what can you expect from the 87 with the remainder to go?
We're just going to try to get to front fast as we can here, just with all the cautions and stuff. Just we need to get up there and stay up there the rest of the night, even though it's only, 14 laps left, so it'll be exciting.
You've been having a good battle with the 19 of Sadusky, who will be to the inside behind West Holland. Is that one of the drivers you're going to be watching out for?
Yeah, because he's definitely strong on the short runs. I think we got him on the long runs. With the amount of laps we have left, he'll definitely be a contender.
All right. Any shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Just everybody watching on my stream at youtube.com/jmichael99. If you guys want to go over there and check that out, run them side by side, run the broadcast on my stream, I'd appreciate it.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Justin Michael and that number 87 truck. Virginia driver will be starting to the outside of West Holland when we go back green. It'll be 14 laps to go. West Holland with a lot of damage on that bumper. We'll have the 19 of Sadusky behind him. Steve Dukes to the outside. Pace car into the pits. Holland, Michael up front.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies. Here we go. 14 laps. The start-finish line, 13 now remain. Lucky number 13 to go. The 87 of Justin Michael battling side by side with Donald Sadusky. Sadusky wants to get around. West Holland nowhere to go. And wow, do they push down towards the apron. Steve Dudes had to check up there. The the 011 of Donald Stewart. Now to the high side of Travis Browder. Currently running 5th position there as they come out of turn number 4. Holland is able to get away from him. Here comes Justin Michael to the inside of Donald Sadusky for 2nd position. 12 laps now remain tonight here at Chicagoland. Holland's got a 3/10 of a second lead, but it's going to be close, and he has a lot of rear end damage on that Chevy Silverado. That Toyota Tundra of Justin Michael back there in 2nd position looks to reel him in through turn number 4. Here comes that 87, extended his lead or gap between him and Sadusky to about 1/4 of a second and climbing. Steve Dukes looks to the outside of Donald Sadusky. Here comes Donald Stewart. 2 Donalds back to back. Steve Dukes goes to the outside of Donald Sadusky. Stewart to the outside of Sadusky. And now Browder to the bumper of Stewart as they go through turn number 4. Still looking up at the race lead. Justin Michael has closed the gap under 1/10 of a second to West Holland. Holland protects the inside. He's going to make the 87 pass on the outside. Michael, many times before, sets up and he runs him down to the apron. Boy, West Holland was not wanting to give up this race lead this late in the race. 10 to go. As they come through turn number 4, he's going to make them work for that inside. West Holland living up to his name. Reggers or checkers. And boy, does he really want to throw some blocks out there up front. Justin Michael, a little bit of contact, gets the 4 loose, and here comes Steve Dutz. Oh, the 48 of Steve Dutz capitalized on the bumping and the banging between Holland and Michael. And now Travis Browder, Donald Stewart up in the mix. Steve Dutz takes over the race lead out of turn number 4. Number 48 will go to the race lead with 8 to go. Justin Michael on the move. Holland did what he could to hold off, and look at the damage on the back of that bumper. Oh, and Browder's going to push a little bit out of turn number 2. West Holland had to climb the track to avoid contact. Dutz has a 0.2 of a second lead and closing as Justin Michael works his way through turns 3 and 4. Low mid groove. Fans it towards the wall out of turn number 4. Steve Dutz still holding on with 7 to go. What is going to happen? The one truck we thought would be battling up front would be the 19 of Donald Sadusky. He has fallen back to 7th position. And here they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 6 to go this time by Steve Dutz is going to have to protect that lead. Denny Hamlin style paint scheme there on the 48 as he's running FedEx. On that purple and black Toyota. Justin Michael now with the inside pass. No real battle here like West Holland gave to Justin Michael, so he opens the door, allows Justin Michael the inside. Side by side they go with 5 laps now remaining. Steve Dutz is starting to lose a little momentum. Out of turn number 2, he needs to pick up that side draft off of Justin Michael.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution flag flies with 5 to go. And ladies and gentlemen, we may have a green-white checkered on our hands here tonight. And the 91 of Joel Guy looks to be moving slow down the back straightaway. Let's go back and take a look. And the 29 is going to get loose. That is Michael Johnson. Turn 2 tonight has seen a lot of drivers either get really loose or oversteered coming out of the turn. We'll have to see what happens here, folks. Keep in mind, there are no overtimes here in iRacing. These type of situations are always good to pull in a guy who's normally runs up in the race control booth. We're going to go live now with Jeff Wood, one of the administrators for the ILCR. Jeff, tell us about tonight's race from your perspective.
Well, definitely caution heavy. Guys not giving enough room for one another. You know, it's going to happen during the race, but, you know, needs to happen a little bit less. However, good strong running out there for the top 5. Specifically looking at the 54, getting a little bit of incident early in the race, powering back to a 4th place finish. But, you know, everyone that practiced throughout the week showed up strong tonight, and plus or minus a few, but, you know, overall, still need to show some improvement, and I think we can. Just a little more give and take on each corner.
All right, well, looks like next week we'll be back in the B cars or Xfinity cars at Auto Club. What would be your expectations going there?
Well, thankfully, during season 1 of ILCR, we ran that specific track with that specific car. So the group of guys should know how to run it. They should do pretty well on it. I think it's the most preferred car within this group for that track. So we should see a stronger showing from the guys next week, and hopefully we can get them out, get some practicing around one another.
All right. Is there any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Oh yeah, as always, thank you, Dustin, Digital Forge Broadcasting, showing up and doing our races here at the ILCR, and lug nuts when you can. And big thanks to John. I know he's got tons of paints in here. Check him out at the paint shop on Facebook, and all the other leagues, Scott with KMA, Tim TWC, and Kerry Cleaver at Max Velocity.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Jeff. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week at Auto Club.
All right. Thank you, Dustin.
There you have it, folks. No green-white checkered here tonight. White flag in the air. Lights are off the pace car. Well, they're going to stay on this time around. Should have been coming off. But we won't have another lap to race, so they'll keep the lights on that pace car for the remainder. It will be Justin Michael. Just happened to be out in front of Steve Dutz. Steve Dutz probably happy to be in second. I would have thought that he had been more aggressive trying to hold off Justin Michael, but unfortunately decided to keep that door open on the inside and allowed that 87 to pass. And when the caution flag comes out, folks, just for those who you may not know, when the caution flag comes out, the field gets frozen. Wherever you are at that particular position is where you're given. Now, mind you, you do have to pace out the other 3 laps. But if you do that, then that's where your final position will be. And as we see, Justin Michael right there in front of Steve Dutz. West Holland, though, give it up for that number 4 car. All that heavy, or truck, excuse me, all that heavy damage on the rear bumper, he's able to come away with 3rd position here tonight after a hard-fought battle trying to hold off that 87 truck of Justin Michael. There is your race winner here tonight as they cross that start-finish line. Checkered flag in the air, doing a victory lap. Makes his way down to the front stretch. Coming in for that victory burnout. So it's going to be the Bushmaster Toyota Tundra of Justin Michael. Total laps led here tonight, 61. Had a fast lap time, 30.93. Pole sitter takes first. Something very difficult to do. A lot of drivers will tell you that. So we're going to move now to the 3rd place finisher here tonight, West Holland. As we bring him in the booth or get him on the line here for you. West Holland, we talked to you recently during one of the cautions, but a lot of heavy damage on the bumper of your Jimmy John's Silverado. You're able to hold it together and just really reel in 3rd position. We saw some great blocking and battling, holding off the 87 of Justin Michaels. Walk us through the last few laps here before we had that final caution.
All I want to say, Dustin, is hey, thanks for announcing this, and thanks to John and Jeff and them for putting this on every week, but I'm out.
All right, well, maybe have a little bit of feelings there from West Holland, so we'll go ahead and go to the 2nd place finisher, Steve Dutz, 48 truck there, running that Denny Hamlin style paint scheme. Tell you, Steve, it was a great battle towards the end. You were holding off Justin Michael a little bit. What was the decision not to be so aggressive and try to maintain that race lead with about 5 to go?
I know that inside line, every time I try to go on that inside line, exit off was just super sideways, so I decided that middle line was for me. I didn't think he was going to catch up that fast, but it was real close at the end. But it was congrats to J. Michael. Second sucks, but sometimes you got to deal with it.
Well, your expectations coming in here tonight, as we take a look, you started 14th on the grid, and, especially for being a Michigan driver, an Ohio guy here as an announcer, got to grab you a little bit. But started 14th on the position, making your way up to second, a hard-fought battle. I mean, you got to be pretty proud of that. Did you have an expectations to be in the top 5, or what were you kind of looking at going into Chicagoland?
I was trying to be in the top 5. I didn't really qualify well. I got into the wall a little bit. It was a little tight in qualifying, but I was expecting to be in the top 5. And second opportunity when the 4 and the 87 hit each other, I was like, oh, I think I got this for the win. But he came back like always. He's a great driver, man. I just love him to death.
All right. Was there any shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
I want to say hi, Mom, hi, Dad. You up in the booth, KMA, TWC, all the leagues here tonight in the ILCR. It's just a great league. Love coming here. It's one of the best times I have on the Friday night.
All right, Steve. We'll see you next week in the B cars at Auto Club. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Your winner here tonight, Justin Michael. As we go down to the 87, talking about, we had a chance to talk with them before going back green, and now we're talking to him in victory lane here tonight. Justin, you rallied back. Walk us through. Wanted to get a perspective from West Holland, but walk us through those laps there where you were behind the number 4 Jimmy John Silverado, trying to get around him, and finally were able to do so, and then you found that you had to chase down Steve Dutz.
Well, I don't know. It just comes down to the fact if you're not up to speed, you probably shouldn't be blocking people, and I mean, I'm not going to intentionally wreck anybody, and I didn't intentionally wreck him, but he was slow, so that's all it comes down to. I don't know how the hell I got back by Steve. He was just leaving the bottom open, and that's just open the door and pass me. So I'm going to take that opportunity any day of the week. So it was a good race. It was a good night. Too many cautions, but we'll go to Auto Club, I think, next week, which I love, so should be a fun race.
All right, any final shout-outs before we let you go?
No, just everybody watching out there, everybody on my stream and your stream, so you check mine out, youtube.com/jmichael99. I'm always watching your network all the time because I love your broadcast, so, and just thank everybody for putting this series on, so.
All right, well, we'll see you next week in the Xfinity cars at Auto Club.
Have a good one.
There you have it, folks. Justin Michael able to sneak away a victory at the end, ending on a yellow. Was the final total count as we take a look at the race statistics. Out of the 115 completed, 20 lead changes, 12 total cautions here tonight. Like they said, it was a caution-heavy night, but that is to be expected in a hot track conditions. Results on your screen: Justin Michael, Steve Dutz, Wes Holland, Travis Browder, Donald Stewart, Brian Tribble making his debut. Started third, finishing sixth, Mark Jackson, Donald Sadusky, Jack Watts, Brandon Schnupp through top 10. Cody Lipster, Jason Hughes, Jason Covington, Bob Wells, Bobby Everhart, Billy Wise, Alan Madding, Wally Tierheimer, Tim Campbell, Michael Johnson through 20. Craig Covington, Abe Bowden, Vincent Jurin, Chris Haig, Joel Guy, Ralph Wheeler, Joseph Hodge, Kerry Cleaver, Travis Jellin, Tristan Beats through 30, Robert O'Neill, Chris Voiles, John Hedrick, Scott Kulovic, and Jason Green will round out your field here tonight. Again, folks, next Friday night at 10 p.m., tune in. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. The Xfinity cars will be at Auto Club, but coming up Monday night, we'll be taking the weekend off here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, but Monday night, street stock action with the Short Track National Showdown League. We'll be back in action at USA for some good old door-busting grassroots racing in the street stocks. You definitely want to tune in to catch that. Anarchy Motorsports Gen 6 Series in action with their Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll be back on iRacing Live with the Modified Madness Tour in the CRA Racing League. But that is going to do it for us tonight. Find us on the web at forgebroadcasting.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/digitalforgebroadcasting. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you Monday night.